Season's greetings. This is Maurice Hawkins, also known as Hawk Diesel with the DC Tweet Team podcast. And here are my keys to victory for the Big Doug Show for tomorrow's Carolina Panthers versus Washington football team game. Number one, Washington needs to establish the running game early to set the tone with their offense. Number two, they need to contain Teddy Bridgewater and not allow him to get into any kind of rhythm. And number three, they need to create some turnovers to control the time of possession and really take control of the game overall and clinch this victory and hopefully win the NFC East tomorrow. Thank you.
Hey folks, what's going on? This is Jayhawk Chalk, Nathan Coleman, coming to you live with a few key takeaways for this game. The first big thing I expect to see on tomorrow's game is a score on the opening drive, whether that's a field goal or a touchdown. I don't care. I think this is going to be our first game all year where we score on the opening drive. And I think they're going to run an up-tempo offense and kind of make Dwayne comfortable with some easy throws to target him, kind of like what you saw in the second half of the game last week. Another big key is going to be tight end. Carolina has struggled mightily to stop tight end all year, and Logan Thomas happens to be coming off of a career week. But so Carolina has allowed a touchdown or plus 50 yards receiving in the past 8 games of tight end, so they're struggling there. They're also struggling to defend passes in general. Quarterbacks facing Carolina over the last 5 games have averaged 250 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, a 70% completion percentage, and a 111 QBR, which is second in the NFL. So they've been getting torched by quarterbacks, including some lesser-known quarterbacks like Drew Lock. So I'm sure Dwayne Haskins or Logan Thomas or Alex Smith or God knows who's going to play back there can make it happen and just be efficient and don't turn over the ball. Another key is going to be Teddy Bridgewater. If you remember one thing from this, just remember that Teddy Bridgewater, when he doesn't receive pressure, has a 78% completion percentage, which is 4th in the NFL. When he does get pressure, his completion percentage drops all the way to 37%, which is 24th in the NFL. So if you can get pressure with Chase Young, Montez Sweat, and Co., it's going to go a long way towards winning the game. Another key factor is going to be stopping the Carolina playmakers. Robbie Anderson, DJ Moore, they rank in the top 15 in yak per reception. So they're key on just making plays after the catch. And you also add Curtis Samuel, who's a speed demon who can create mismatches. And again, Mike Davis, who ranks in the top 12 in evaded tackles, juke rate, receiving yards, targets. So he's also a threat out of the backfield. So you got to watch out for that. We'll see what happens, but I'm pretty hopeful that we can pull out a victory, and we'll see what we can do. All right.
What's up? I'm Manny Benson, and my 2 keys to Washington beating Carolina are very simple. Number one, get to the quarterback. I think in some games this year you have seen Jack Del Rio send more than the front 4 after the quarterback, and then there's been some games where they've relied fully on that elite defensive front to get after the quarterback. And I think this is one of those weeks where you can send more than just the 4, create some exotic blitzes, get to Teddy Bridgewater, make him uncomfortable, and also force him to throw the deep ball. It's something that he's not great at. Limit that short game by getting to the quarterback. On offense for Washington, I think it's very, very important that they do not turn the football over. Don't hurt your own self in this football game. Protect the football, run the football, and don't fumble, don't throw any interceptions. I think those are 2 keys to winning this football game against the Carolina Panthers. Number 1, get to the quarterback. Number 2, limit turnovers on offense.
What's up? This is your boy Disco. Happy to be on the Big Douglas Show. Thanks for the invite, guys. What's going on, Washington football team, fan nation? Here to talk about the Carolina Panthers at the Washington football team. So look, a few keys to the game. 1, avoid 3rd and long. We don't know what Scary Terry is going to do tomorrow. We're thinking he may not play, but we got to avoid 3rd and long. We really don't have that breakout receiver that can pick up those chunk yards, although Logan Thomas has been big on 3rd down. So we got to avoid 3rd and long, keep it at, second and short. So we definitely got to avoid those penalties. So one key to the game is to avoid 3rd and long. The second key to the game is we're going to have to turn the Carolina Panthers over and create short fields. We can't afford any 95, 90-yard drives. Turn the football over on defense. Turn the Carolina Panthers over, and I think we will have good fortune tomorrow. So, big third down, turn the Carolina Panthers over on defense. I think the defense is going to rise to the occasion tomorrow. Ron Rivera won't say it, but I think he wants this game, and I think the team wants this game for him. So, guys, I really appreciate you guys having me on the show. Go Washington football team. As you see in the background, I got my favorite Redskins of all time, number 65, Dave Butts. All right, guys, thanks. Hail to the Washington football team.
This is Dre, a.k.a. Mr. DC Sports Back. I appreciate you for having me on here to give my 2 keys of the game for the Washington football team and Carolina Panthers game this weekend. Obviously, big game. We can clinch the division this week and pretty much rest our starters the week 17 if all goes well. So I'm going to keep this pretty simple, man. We have to start fast. This starts with Scott Turner putting together a great scripted 15 plays to start this game. We haven't had an opening drive touchdown all year. It's no secret that we start games slow. We rely on our defense to kind of hold teams at bay until we get a rhythm. But this is the game. If you want to show that not only are you a division winner, but you're a legit playoff team this year, you want to jump on Carolina Panthers in a must-have game early. You don't want to give them confidence. You don't want to keep them in the game because as we've seen with Pittsburgh and Cincinnati already this week, that you leave these type of teams in the game, they will bury you. So starting fast is the first key to the game. Set the tone, help your defense. And speaking of which, we're not even going to give a keys to the game on the defense. I don't care about that side of the ball. I trust them. We've seen what they do. I mean, but obviously, you know, anything can happen in game. But I trust them enough to say that both keys of this game is on the offensive side of the ball. My second key of the game, turnovers. Limit turnovers. We are not good enough offensively to turn the ball over multiple times in a game and still win. In fact, we haven't won a game this year in which we've turned the game over multiple times. Every time we've turned the ball over more than one time in a game this year, we've lost that game. So we have to start fast, limit turnovers, and those are my 2 keys to the game. Appreciate it.